You have big ambitions and dreams. You strive for success, and deep down, you want to live the life you've always envisioned. However, there's a problem. You're not acting. Despite knowing exactly what needs to be done, you still fail to take action. This leads to feelings of guilt, because you know you're capable of achieving so much more. Over time, this guilt piles up, day by day, week by week, and month by month, until it becomes a familiar companion, and eventually, you accept it. Then the new year arrives, and with it, the same goals from the previous year. You begin with motivation, and for a brief moment, everything feels possible. But before long, procrastination sneaks in like an unwanted guest, lingering and making itself at home. As procrastination settles in, it turns into a never-ending cycle of inactivity, and eventually, you find yourself labeling yourself as lazy. So, how do we escape this cycle and free ourselves from procrastination? There are countless videos online offering tips to deal with procrastination, but most only focus on the surface-level symptoms, like cutting out social media or eliminating distractions. While these methods might provide temporary relief, they don't address the core issue, the root cause of procrastination. And what is that root cause? It's inertia. In physics, inertia refers to the tendency of objects at rest to remain at rest, and objects in motion to stay in motion unless acted upon by an external force. This principle isn't just relevant to physical objects. It applies to our tasks as well. Getting started on any task, no matter how small, requires an initial push to overcome inertia, that resistance to change. The problem arises when we make this initial push seem overwhelming and difficult in our minds, causing us to avoid the task entirely and distract ourselves with things that give us instant gratification. This is where procrastination thrives. To defeat procrastination, we need to break the grip of inertia. There are two key methods to do so. The first method is to make it as easy as possible to get started. Break down the task into the smallest step so that the stakes feel low and manageable. For example, if you tell yourself you need to write a 5,000-word essay, that seems daunting, and inertia will hold you back. But if you say, "I'll just write 50 words," suddenly the task feels far less intimidating, and getting started becomes much easier. The second method is the 2-minute rule. If you don't feel like doing something, commit to doing it for just 2 minutes. For instance, if you don't want to clean your room, tell yourself you'll clean for just 2 minutes while listening to a song. More often than not, you'll end up continuing long after those 2 minutes are up, or you'll write more than those 50 words. This happens because once you overcome that initial resistance and get moving, momentum takes over. It's like pushing a ball uphill. Once you get past the toughest part, it becomes easier and easier, and eventually, you're on a downhill roll. This is why it's crucial to keep the first step small and simple. Don't overwhelm yourself with the entire task. Just focus on taking that first small action. Reducing the stakes and starting with just 2 minutes can help you break free from procrastination. You can apply these strategies to any area of your life, whether it's getting to the gym, working on a side project, strengthening relationships, or anything else that requires your attention and energy. As Martin Luther King once said, you don't need to see the entire staircase, just take that first step.